Hello, everyone. Welcome to Non-Members Only, the number one sports podcast for non-members. If you're a member, get out of here.
In this episode, my favorite shorts to run in, Grand Slam track is canceled, and why a company is suing Aldi.
Wow.
What's up, everybody? Happy National Hydration Day! Blah, blah, blah! Give it up for hydration.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. We're a bunch of thirsty boys and girls, and the minute that you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So especially if you're running, walking, working out, or if you're just existing and you're a sweaty person like myself and like a motorcycle, drink those electrolytes and your water. I have a little something to say about hydration.
Okay.
Is it Prime Energy or Prime
Hydration.
Prime Hydration, which is Logan Paul and KSI's drink boy.
Yeah, I think they do have a Prime Energy, though.
Yeah, and I think that's like the danger zone. I don't go there.
Okay.
Now, Prime Hydration reached out on Instagram and was like, hey, we have this new flavor. We'd love to send it to you. Michael Motorcycle told me to say, what was it?
Pay up, hydration boy.
Yeah. So I did not do that.
Okay.
Instead, I was like, oh, someone actually handed me a Prime Hydration during the London Marathon.
Yeah. And
I actually liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't look into what was in it. And I said, I'll try it. So they sent it. I tried. It's called Prime Ice or something.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I just want to say, like, the labeling is not my vibe. It is not directed toward someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
I am not their target audience.
Yeah.
Okay. However, the first sip, I was like, I like this for some reason. And I don't like that I like it, but I do. And I realized it has 10% coconut water in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love coconut water, but I don't drink just straight up coconut water because it's so sugary and it will hurt my stomach.
Okay.
This is like the perfect amount of coconut water to where you can feel it. You can taste it slightly, just enough to enjoy the coconut water.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is like B vitamins, electrolytes, and just water.
Right.
I like it.
I'm surprised.
I am actually surprised too. Change all of your logos and everything to target me, and then
I think their demo is like what, 15-year-old boys?
Boys, yeah. Someone put it into a marketing search tool and was like, "Oh, runner, female followers."
Mm-hmm.
This girl.
Right.
That's how they found me, and I know that's how a lot of.
I mean, that's how else are they supposed to do it?
Exactly, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And so shout out Prime.
Shout out Logan Paul.
Shout out Logan Paul. I like your Drake.
I remember trying the popsicle one, the red, white, and blue one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That one was pretty good.
What's interesting?
I had the one from Liquid IV that was similar to that. That one is so good. The popsicle one.
They are.
That's
what's interesting is my kids know about Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they were going to see that and be like, "Oh, I want to try that." They were like, "I don't trust that stuff." And I was like,
really?
Wait, that's interesting.
Okay, why?
I think because they associate it with Prime Energy. Maybe they know about the controversy that was around.
The
microplastics. I don't know.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because I feel like kids their age are probably juiced up on that stuff.
Hell yeah, I would be.
I was drinking Kool-Aid Jammers back in my day. I was not.
Oh yeah.
Who cares? Microplastics, 100% sugar, doesn't matter. Drink that.
Red
or those little barrels. Do you remember those barrels?
Yeah.
Of just straight sugar juice?
Barf. That was, my kids actually got a glimpse of what it's like to grow up when we grew up because I took them to our local fair.
Yeah.
I actually took a video of sleeping baby pigs for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We'll put it in the visual recap if you guys want to see. But okay, these rides were they were dented. Like they got in accidents. Yeah, rickety. There were dents in them. They almost flew out of the one and they never went back on it. So I know that they actually almost flew out of it.
Right.
Nobody was checking height restrictions. They were just letting these little kids go on these crazy rides.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, guys? Your backs are bruised from that slamming into that hard metal.
Yeah.
That's what it's like to be a kid.
Right. Right. No safety precautions.
No.
Just go.
Yeah.
You're lucky if there was like a seatbelt.
There was like a string on one, I think.
It's like a shoelace.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. I'm glad that fairs like that still exist and they weren't sued out of oblivion.
Yeah, not around here. They're not going to sue.
Do you want to do the Q&A part?
Okay, yes. I was just circling some questions because I put up a story on my personal page and I was just like, ask me questions. I'll reply to some in stories and some on the podcast. So I thought I would pick 3 today.
Okay.
Because we don't want like a heavy Q&A episode. I don't know if people like that or not. Okay. The first one is, have you ever DNF'd a race, which means did not finish? Just happened to me at my second marathon, feeling sad. I wanted to reply to this one because you should not feel sad. In fact, when I started the London Marathon, I was fully prepared to embrace a DNF. Like sometimes the stars do not align, and there's a lot of stars out there and you cannot control any of them. That's just like, that's the nature of the beast. And it's almost like when I'm training for a kind of like a long-term goal, like a marathon or a half, I'm just going to start the training full stop. This could not go well. The race could not go well, and who cares? And just like be fine with it from the get-go. And I think because we've spectated so many races by this point, and I've seen so many people DNF, including really, really, really fit content, like running content creators.
Yeah.
It is their job to perform at these things and they don't finish. I've seen that so many times. Like every single time there's a race, there's multiple people I know that don't finish. So I think like just to put that into perspective, that you shouldn't feel sad. I know it's probably like disappointing in the immediate like time that it's happening, but going forward, like don't let it discourage you from training for another race, and don't think that it's automatically going to happen again. That's what I have to say about that.
Did she specify what caused her to not finish, or was it just...
No.
Okay.
There's just so many things. I mean...
Right. I mean, it could be the weather. It could be your foot.
Yeah. It could be someone like stepped on your foot. That like weird stuff happens. People get tripped.
Someone falls on you.
Exactly. Yeah. Not even anything that you do personally. It could happen to you. So yes, I hope that helps you feel better. Wear your DNF like a medal, honestly, because it's probably harder mentally to DNF.
Right.
So it's just making you stronger. And you know what? I'm going to go out there and DNF something.
Just sign up just to not race.
Yeah. I think we need more of that.
I agree. Let's start a race called DNF.
Right.
And you never finish it. It's just we're just hanging out.
There's no finish line.
No one ever finishes.
I like this concept. Another one is favorite shorts for racing. Here's the deal with this one. I don't know if we could play some sad music here.
Okay. Cue the sad music.
Yeah, because Reebok had these shorts. They were the high-rise Luxe 9-inch bike shorts. Keyword 9-inch. They also have 6-inch. They're not as safe, I will say this. They're not as safe, especially for like a marathon. If they're fitted properly, they're not too small, they'll probably stay put. They're not going to roll down or ride up. But the 9-inch were so solid, I recommended them to everybody, and they are not bringing them back. They are discontinuing the 9-inch.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It had a really deep pocket. It was basically equivalent to 2 pockets. Like these shorts were it. Now, I also have the 6-inch. And I haven't done like a long run, but they've stayed put. I just don't know if I trust them as much as those 9-inch. The other ones I really like are also Reebok, the workout ready bike shorts, but sad music again, they don't have a pocket. They're extremely comfortable and they don't ride up or fall down.
Have you talked to anyone at Reebok? Be like, why did you guys remove this?
Well, I talked to Will. Shout out Will.
That's close enough.
Yeah, but he has a lot of pull, but he doesn't have that kind.
Okay.
I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, but I'm gonna find a replacement. So just be patient with me on that, because I need them.
Right.
I also wear these like Nike ones from 5 years ago that are pilling in the crotch at this point, and they also don't have pockets.
What is that? Why do they do that to women?
I don't know. And I'm at the point where, I'm not going on long runs right now, so the pocket thing's not bothering me too much. But the thing is, people are training for fall marathons right now.
Are they just assuming women have nothing to carry?
We carry the weight of the world.
Every man short has pockets. Doesn't matter what it is.
They have pockets insides, pockets outsides, pockets in the waistband.
Right. What's going on?
I don't know. And I know there's bike shorts out there with tons of pockets, but here's the thing. You have too many seams. Stop it with the seams. Somehow put it on the outside. I don't know. Gosh, do something. Right. It's 2025. One more. Do you ever think about taking a break from running? Kind of. Because whenever I run a marathon, London was my 4th marathon. Afterward, I take like a month off. I do other stuff like lots of walking, hiking, strength stuff just to get the endorphins so I don't like cry all day. But I don't think I could take a really long break from running because in that month I get unwell. Despite still doing all that stuff, there's something about running that I just can't really match. I think the closest thing lately for me is the weighted vest walks. Yeah. You can get a workout in on those things. You better work, cover girl. Something.
Do you feel like it's like compressing your spine?
No, because here's the deal. You have to have your shoulders back and your core engaged. Okay. So that your spine isn't compressed. So you're not
like slouched into the weighted.
Right. If you can't do that, either have a lighter weight or build your core and back and shoulder strength up before you do the weighted vest walks. That's what I would do.
Because when I picture someone putting weight on, that you're just kind of like gonna scrunch in and walk with like almost weight on your back.
Yeah, you could do that, and then it's not gonna be good. So that's why you always want to check your posture, and also I think that's why it's recommended just like 30 minutes, maybe even 15 to start, like 15 to 30.
Yeah. Okay.
And now that I said that range, 15 to 30, I want to talk about a new series that I'm about to announce on my page.
Sure.
It's called Seeing How Strong I Can Get by Doing the Least. So, because
I like this concept.
Yeah. I want to be a stronger runner, but I still want to follow my life philosophy of do less. And I think this is the perfect compromise. So when basically I'm doing this for 30 days and maybe beyond, but I have a plan that involves weighted vest walks, strength, and some running. Now, anytime something suggests running 1 to 3 miles, I'm doing 1. If it's a 10 to 20 minute core workout, I'm doing 10. Always on the at the least.
Less.
You're doing the least possible, and I'm going to see how strong I could get. This is going to be measured by how many push-ups off of my knees I can do, and also whether my legs burn when I'm running up this one specific hill near my house.
So those are the two testing.
Yeah.
Okay. So how often are you going to test yourself? Like
Weekly.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get updates on that?
Yes. I will say I'm in week 2 right now, so I'm behind in getting the videos out. I feel like Dan. I feel like Dan probably feels.
Right. You can just move stuff, no problem, no backaches.
Yep. And I think the reason that I got into that so fast is because I was strength training for so long. And from what I understand is even if you take a really long break and you feel like you're starting over again, your strength comes back really fast.
Okay.
And I found that to be true, I think.
Okay.
Or this is just really effective. But the thing is, here's the kicker, everybody. Sad music again. You have to eat enough protein. And you know what that means? You can't skip a meal because you're busy and just grab a cheese stick. That's what I used to do.
How are you eating that much protein?
Because
I find it so hard to eat enough protein. If I'm going to the gym, people are like, oh, you need 5,000 grams of protein. It's just constantly be eating.
Right. This is what's on the menu today. I want to throw up.
So are you keeping track of how much protein is in each meal?
I'm not, but don't hate me, guys. Sorry for this, but ChatGPT is.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Sorry, bottles of water. It's just one time a week that you have to ask. Okay. I'm using one bottle of water a week.
Yeah. I have some AI stuff I can tell you, but go ahead.
Okay. For breakfast, 2 whole eggs and 3 egg whites, chopped spinach, bell pepper, and onions. This was very good. And that's not it.
The issue is that you have to make the stuff that it's suggesting.
I know. And you know what? My life is a mess. Because I'm having to, I usually wouldn't do this.
Right.
I would grab an apple and a cheese stick and maybe like a yogurt cup. That's kind of okay. But over time, that's not. And it's not going to help you get stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you're obviously going to have some olive oil in there. Slice of sprouted grain or gluten-free toast. I like the Ezekiel bread. And then sliced cucumbers or some berries. I had both. Lunch.
So that was all breakfast. I feel like that's a lot of food.
It is. It keeps you very, very, very full. Okay. Lunch. Tuna. Mashed avocado. Well, okay. Mind you, this is because I'm having issues, so it's dairy-free right now. This would say, like, make regular tuna. Okay. With, like, if you want to use Greek yogurt or something, or mayo, I guess. And then you have that on romaine leaves or collard greens. That's disgusting. An orange, some berries. Usually, that's no carbs in that. Usually it has carbs in every meal, but we're going to go with it. For dinner, 5-ounce lean ground turkey, sauteed mushrooms and carrots, 1/2 cup cooked quinoa, which it knows I don't like, or brown rice, olive oil, and then a bunch of like fresh herbs and stuff. And then the snack is 2 hard-boiled eggs and an apple plate, which is an apple and a tablespoon of almond butter. So that is, when you think about planning all that, full-time job.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so much work to like make those healthy meals.
Yeah, this is harder than getting the workouts in. But the thing is, I haven't skipped a meal. I might have missed a snack one day because like I'm literally not home or whatever. But I can tell a huge difference already. Like I'm not tired and I'm not hungry. So I've been like, I went to the fair for 2 days.
That's
Do you know
crazy.
what? I had to carry a funnel cake in my own hands.
And not eat it.
Because Barrett dropped his face down.
Yeah.
And then I had to pick up the funnel cake and try not to eat it off the ground. But the thing is, if I was starving, hungry, by not eating enough, I would have just eaten it off the ground. I don't care. Fair germs come at me.
Yeah.
Germs hate to see me coming. I'll tell you that much.
The worst part about cooking these meals is the dishes.
Yeah.
The cleanup.
Yeah, that is. And because I also have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Dan helps a lot, but man, I feel the guilt.
It's just nonstop, I feel like.
It is nonstop, but I think if I keep doing it, I'll get used to it. I just want to give that disclaimer that this is a big part of it. And I'll hype you up if you guys want to do this and you feel discouraged, because I have to hype myself up every day.
I haven't been to the gym in a week because I've been at the shore.
Yeah.
And my back is feeling it.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
When I work out like consistently, I feel like my back doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. But now really messes me up.
That'll do it.
Do you want to talk about your book?
Yeah, guys. I'm writing a book. Let that
crazy.
sink in. Moment of silence.
Because like, I know you had talked to me about it previously, but it was like a while ago, I feel like.
It was a while ago, and I think I was talking about it in terms of like, this is going to be a big thing on my plate for a long time. Yeah. And I have to try and plan accordingly very far ahead, which is kind of impossible with what I do. But it's official. Like we started last week writing it. I say we because I have a co-writer. Shoutout Amy.
Shoutout Amy.
And the thing is, she listens to this podcast. She started because she's like, I need to capture Erin's voice. Yeah. I want to make sure I know what's going on and how she talks. And now she listens to every single episode.
That's great.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you,
started
Amy.
from the beginning.
I don't know how you did that.
I know. Amy's the best. Amy also is local, which is also the best. And people were like, oh, that's so cool you chose someone local. Here's the thing, guys. Do you think someone in New York City or LA is going to understand me? you have to be from here.
Right.
You cannot be cool.
Right.
Like
it's much
city
easier.
person.
It's much easier to get someone that already understands at least the environment that you were.
Yeah, you gotta be around, emptiness.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I feel like Amy's that person. So we met each other because we work at the same co-working space.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met her, she was writing a novel.
Yeah.
Like legit. She quit her job at what is that called? I don't know. It's a very well-known company.
Lockheed Martin.
No, but it's like something with plastics. I forget.
It's just naming a company.
Right. And she quit that job to write a novel. And that's what she was doing. So I was like, hey, I actually can't read or write.
Right.
I can barely talk. Do you want to write my book with me?
So are you allowed to say, like, what is the book about?
I think I can say...
Is it a picture book?
I can say, like, in general, it's different in that it's not a coaching book. It's not memoir. Maybe that'll come at some point. But it is... How would I summarize it? You know what? Maybe this will come as we get further, but I want to choose my words correctly. It's kind of like for people either that want to start running, that have always hated it or failed at it, or people that are running and they're like, why does this suck so bad?
So is it in like the self-help section of the bookstore?
I would say self-help.
Okay.
I love self-help books.
That's all I read.
I know. If this could be self-help, I have peaked in life.
Okay. So do you have a title?
I don't think it's official.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing you can share.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's probably not going to be the name of the book.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have to have like professional photo taken and like all that stuff for like the cover? Like what's going on?
The cover design.
Give us the detail.
So here's the thing. It's not coming out until like spring of 2027.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we have to write the entire book by the end of this year, which is not a lot of time. And that means edited draft and everything.
Like ready to go.
Yeah. And there'll be like other rounds after that. But after that is when all of that stuff comes about, like the cover and what the pages should feel like and what hardcover or soft or paperback or both, or who's doing the audiobook. Like there's all those decisions to make. And I know it's going to be a lot, but Amy and I are documenting like throughout the process. So, and I'll also be updating on here, like where we're at and what's going on.
Yeah,
what it's
I didn't realize it was coming out in 2 years, basically.
Yeah.
Or a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I can't think that far ahead.
I can't either. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I can't think 2 months ahead.
Yeah. Like I had a friend ask me, do you have any free weekends in July? I was like, I don't know.
Right. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I just say no. But I posted about this, just a quick announcement on my pages, and the amount of people that were like, I can't wait to pre-order, give me 14 copies right now. I can't wait to read this. I love that so much. And they don't even know, I didn't say what it's about. It is like blind enthusiasm and support. And I love that. Because that's what I like to put out in the world. Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, but I love it.
Yeah.
I actually commented that on someone starting a run club. A, will I ever go? No. It's in New York City. B, do I really know what you're talking about? Also no, because I don't go to run clubs. Yeah. I have no idea, but I was like, oh my God, I love this. Because I want people to feel like excited and feel everyone else's excitement. I think that's so important. So
it's
thank
cool you have
everyone.
That loyalty of people that are willing to just like jump aboard.
Right. I'm very excited about that.
Can you include a coloring page for me?
Actually, yes. It is very activity heavy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah. If your kids are looking for a new game to play and you want to add a little like science and learning to it, show them a video of how a wombat kills its prey. Spoiler alert. It lures it to its hole and then it basically twerks its butt up and down to smash the animal's head. And so, yeah, it has like very hard, what's that called? Not bone, but cartilage on its butt. And so my kids saw that and were like, let's play the wombat game. And they got one of those bouncy things that have the handle. It's a big ball and you bounce on it.
Yeah.
And they have to, quote unquote, kill each other with their wombat butt.
So they're just running around trying to bounce on each other?
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you see someone and there's a wall there, smash them into the wall.
That sounds really fun. Sounds like something I would have done.
Yeah, same. And it's a rainy day. We've had lots of rainy days here, so that was the activity this morning.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice game. Friendly game.
Yeah. I just want to remind everyone that we are sports. We are a sports podcast, and we will be getting to sports soon.
Yeah, 30 minutes into the episode, we will remind you that we are a sports podcast.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably do like a if you're running thing.
Yes. We forgot to do those lately. If you guys are running or walking outside, I hope it's not in the rain. But if it is, feel the rain on your skin.
It's just been raining a lot, I feel like.
Yeah. And if you're inside doing something really boring, my thoughts are with you.
If you're a farmer out there picking some blueberries,
if you're on your tractor, we're putting along there. So thank you guys for tuning in to Tune Out. So thank you for joining us.
That's what we're here for.
On our sports podcast. Okay. So this is also not sports related. I started watching, I'm not even sure how this happened, but American Paul. This is on HBO. And I think I clicked on it because I was like, who is going to watch a show on HBO, a reality show about the Logan Paul, Jake Paul family? I was hooked. And here's the thing. I never related to Jake Paul or Logan Paul ever, obviously, for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But the season of life that they are in right now is getting married and having kids. And so naturally, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see what this weirdo is like because his girlfriend, his fiance is like this angel who is a Sports Illustrated model. She's just seems so level-headed and I love her.
Like normal.
Yeah, she's normal. So like, how is she dealing with this weird family? You know, the dad is just like, sorry, he's like outwardly racist and homophobic.
I think his dad has been like in their vlogs back in the day and he was like the most unhinged character.
So weird.
And like, I remember like YouTubers talking about him and like on the drama channels and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he has a great effect on how these guys have grown up.
Yeah.
I have not watched the show. Does Jake Paul seem like a decent guy? Like
he actually does. He actually does. We did hear about that for $1 Million Mo because they boxed together and she was like, oh, he's actually nice and humble. And we were like, what? Because his online persona apparently is just that. It is a persona. Same with his boxing. Like they talk all about that, how he is like that for a reason and
sells more tickets.
It sells more tickets. It gets more views. And he's just like entertainment is what it is. And he's good at it. It's so crazy to see those two sides. He does ayahuasca and takes his dad Greg to try and do ayahuasca to calm his dad down. Like this show is, I enjoyed it. And I was hoping that there was a season 2, but I don't think it got picked up for that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's on HBO. Like you have to pay to even have it. So it's like already limits the.
Yes. Yeah. I think they probably went with HBO because it was like HBO without realizing
it's a big deal. Yeah.
Without realizing like, oh, our target audience is on YouTube.
Right. I mean, even what was the Kardashians on like E or something?
Yeah.
So it's like just everyone could have it.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. So that is interesting, but I don't know if you're looking for a show and you're into reality, I'm
curious.
Weird.
I am curious enough to watch it.
I think you would actually be fascinated by it.
Yeah.
All the questions you had in your mind when you would like see some of their content back in the day, that's all answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I might watch that. I don't have HBO, but I'll watch it.
You could use my sign in.
Okay. Thanks. We'll put it out on the non-members, put it in the description.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, if you're not signed up for my newsletter, you can do that on my website, mrsspacecadet.com. Bi-weekly on Wednesdays, one of the sections that I put in there is what I'm reading, watching, and listening to.
I enjoy getting them because I put my work email there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like something I look at when I'm looking through my emails at work.
Yeah, it's a
nice.
little respite from
Yes.
the world.
Yep. All right, let's get into some sports because
I'm just itching to talk about
we're
sports.
the number one sports podcast, so
yeah.
let's do it. I want to start with Ashton Hall. He is the Saratoga Springs water guy. He did that morning routine that went viral. We had some insight on him when we were in Boston. Brooks, I think, was working with him or something, and they told us that he was actually a nice guy, but like super regimented and
he's legit like that. Like he was in that video, minus the timestamps that were all weird, but he actually does those things and has an assistant to hand him stuff.
Yeah, and he was racing those employees at Brooks.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't really fully understand how this happened, but there's a streamer called I Show Speed. People just call him Speed. He's super entertaining. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen his clips before or whatever. I think he's fairly young.
He was on the American Paul series.
Oh, was he? I think I think Prime sponsors him.
Yeah.
He is the future of entertainment as far as I'm concerned. Like he's bigger than any YouTuber.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's known for being fast, hence the name.
Yeah.
So him and Ashton Hall raced. It was just like in a field or something. Mm-hmm. And Speed beat him 4 times in a row.
And on the road. I think they switched to the road.
Yeah.
And then I think they did like without shoes or something.
Yes, I think at one point, yeah. They did 4 races. And Speed beat him every time. And Ashton Hall was kind of like in denial almost.
He was like, no, go again. And the kid's like, Speed was like, I beat you 4 times. Like, we're done.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting, and it was like a spectacle almost. Speed constantly is filming his life. Like, he kind of just like daily vlogs, but there's no editing. So it's just constantly live streaming of just like what he's doing. So I don't know if they set up these like bits, you know, like they're like, okay, well, we're going to do this now, and then we're going to go do this now. But yeah, super entertaining. Speed wants to run in the Olympics. He also famously raced Noah Lyles.
Right. And also, Usain Bolt said that he would
coach him.
Speed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Lyles beat him, though, obviously, because Noah Lyles is just like won gold for the 100 meter.
Right.
But Speed has no training.
But imagine Speed with Usain Bolt training.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has no training. Mm-hmm. It's not like he does this often. He just kind of is like a young kid that streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see him at least try to compete in the Olympics.
Yes. That would draw so many eyes to track. Yeah,
that's what we need. We need characters like that to come in and be annoying and
stir stuff up. Like, we need a Jake Paul of the track world.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that there's a lot of that's what Grand Slam track was, I think, gearing to do, right?
Yes, which we will get to in tea time.
Yeah, but that kind of leads us to the next story, which is Clara Adams. Did you see anything about this?
No.
There's this track star. She won state championships for the 400 meter, and she was celebrating, and her dad handed her a fire extinguisher, and she kind of blew the fire extinguisher on her shoes after she won.
Yeah.
She got kicked out. She was disqualified after that. But she won. She won state championships.
Yeah.
So, like, because of the way she celebrated, and that was after the track was cleared, she did it in the center. She didn't do it on the track.
Yeah, she fully took it and walked far away from the track. She's in the grassy part.
Yeah.
Not even near anyone. And it was like 2 seconds that she sprayed it.
Yeah, and this celebration was famously made by, I think, Maurice Green, who was another track star, who did something very similar. I think she copied him. Mm-hmm. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, guys, stop being so prude.
Just
like, grow up. This is the problem why track is stuck in the 1950s.
Yeah.
You don't let anyone have fun or get a little crazy. Like, let her be a showwoman. People want to see that.
Imagine football without the touchdown dances.
Right. You're disqualified. Your team lost because you celebrated.
That's crazy. You can't do that. You need the show of it.
Yes.
You need characters to put on a show. Noah Lyles was doing that going into Olympics for all those things. He was bringing out like props and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he did a celebration like that, but he would.
Yeah.
Probably if
you guys would just let him.
Yeah, if he was allowed to.
Gosh.
So I think they need to embrace that and not shun people away. I hope that she, continues to run and become something more. I mean, state championships is crazy. I think it was in California, so it's not like slim pickings over there.
Right. Well, we support you, fire extinguisher girl.
Her name is Clara Adams.
Clara Adams. Go
Shout
Clara.
out.
We are Team Clara. We are not Team Fuddy Duddy. Okay?
Also, like, her dad is the one that handed it to her.
Yeah.
So, like, blame him. Don't blame her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give the dad a red card or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's annoying. I was
Team
like
Clara.
upset for her.
Me too.
Track talk.
Speaking of winning, Coco Gauff, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Coco Gauff showed the real take-home trophy after winning, what is this, tennis?
French Open.
The French Open.
Yeah.
This to me is so funny but sad because on the court, when you win, you hold up this huge trophy.
Mm-hmm.
It probably looks really cool on TV. It looks definitely cool in this picture that I'm looking at. It's massive. And then apparently that's not the trophy you take home. So she took a picture of herself with the actual trophy, and it looks like a little teacup.
Looks like something you got from the Dollar Tree.
It's ridiculous.
It's like world's best dad.
Yeah. So
Why?
I don't know. Just give them the real thing. You guys
Is this
have
a France thing? Do you remember the medals from Paris?
Is this your country?
Do you remember the medals from Paris, the Olympics, where people are complaining that they were like fading?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
How much could it really cost to just give her that one?
Right.
Or give her one that's a replica of that?
We need answers. She put a bottle of Perrier, like sparkling water next to it, and it's almost as tall as the trophy. Like, this is so weird to me. You know what? You guys should be embarrassed is what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like tennis is something we got to get into, though.
Oh, you're killing me. I can't even handle baseball.
Baseball, you still got time for baseball.
Yeah. Well, shout out Coco. We know you're listening because we are the #1 sports
She
podcast in
listens.
the world.
She told me.
Yeah. This post from The Economist caught my eye, and it says, "What's behind the improbable rise of chess boxing?" Now, I would like to say I just learned how to play chess. My 8-year-old taught me, and I really like it.
Okay.
Now, it says chess boxing is a mashup of two sports in which competitors win by checkmate on the board or knockout in the ring. Mm-hmm. And just like to give a visual, they are in a boxing ring and they have all their headgear on and stuff. And
no, are those headgear? Or is that headphones?
Oh,
they look
sorry,
like
it's headphones. I thought it was headgear. Yeah, so there's a table and chairs set up with a chessboard, and they're playing chess in this boxing ring. They look like they've been fighting for a while.
They're sweaty.
Yeah. The first contest took place in Berlin in 2003. 5 years later, a breakaway British faction got going. The one thing about the British, they need an anger outlet.
This is a good one. They can test their mind and their face.
Yeah. The country is now home to some 200 regular players, one promoter estimates. The combination sport seems to attract those who want to be seen as Renaissance men. This is Renaissance men / barbarian.
Right.
But they are not putting their big brains on the line for money. Okay, so then you got to tap the link. Are you kidding?
I do want to get into chess boxing, at least watching it, not competing. Where can I watch it? That's the ultimate question. What triggers the boxing?
Right. They alternate between rounds of chess and boxing. So they put their gloves on and everything.
Yeah.
And they have a round of boxing, and then they sit down and have a round of chess.
Okay, so it's like timed.
Yeah, so it's like you either checkmate or knockout.
I see. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know. They do it, let's see, mental and physical challenge, peak chaotic energy, it's entertaining, there's a niche appeal, so it's like a cult following.
Yeah.
And it's trending now because like streamer and influencer events, I guess, like brought notoriety to it. Mm-hmm. So therefore, like TikTok and YouTube clips. Yeah, so...
It says it's a wild mix-up of two of mankind's oldest sporting obsessions. Opponents battle on the board and slug it out in the ring, alternating between rounds of chess and boxing until there is a winner by checkmate or KO. Great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Bring it to Philly and we'll go.
I'll go. You want to do your tea time?
Yeah, let's do tea time. Erin's tea time. The thing is,
it's tea, but like it's close to our heart.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And okay, here's the deal. Grand Slam track, which we have been talking about a lot on the podcast. We were really excited about it. We went to the one in Philly at Franklin Field. It was electric. I was like, this track league is going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is going to be huge next year. And then a week or so later, they announced they're actually canceling the last Grand Slam track event, which would be in LA this year, in I think a few weeks. So people already bought tickets. This was already a planned thing. And of course, rumors are swirling. They're like, the naysayers are like, oh, see, it's not a lucrative of concept. You can't make money from it. Investors aren't going to be interested. And then the other side is like, some people were like, well, there's lots going on. There's some unrest in LA right now. Maybe that's why. But the thing is, there's professional sporting events all over LA happening. So I don't think that's why.
Yeah.
But they, Michael Johnson put out a statement, and he was like, this is, a financial decision because we want to focus on 2026. We want to focus on new investors. And in order to do that, we are going to cancel the LA one. So part of it was finances, I think. And I personally don't think this is like, oh, it's over, it didn't work. I think they're just trying to be smart about making sure they can pull off 2026, which they're anticipating to be a lot larger because of like the crowds that they saw growing at each slam.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I really think that it's doing well in terms of fan interaction and like social media and all that. I think they need to take a better look at investors and marketing and all that. I mean, this is the first year, so there's going to be unforeseen costs.
Yeah, they're testing stuff probably.
Yeah.
I have a quick fix. If you had 2 merch tents, you probably would have sold a lot.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
Did they message you and
About
ask you
what?
like what you thought of the event?
Yes, they did. And I actually sent them an email back because I had so much to say. They basically wanted to know what my feedback was in terms of the experience that we had in media and everything. And so I wrote this whole email. This was before I knew LA wasn't happening. But I was super impressed because we've been to so many things like that were not run smoothly like Grand Slam track was. Yeah,
I feel like that was the smoothest one that we've been a part of. I loved it. I mean,
this is not goodbye. It's see you later.
Yeah. And Mike Johnson was gracious enough to answer our dumb question.
Right. Probably knowing he was going to have to cancel the next one. Right. He's like, these idiots asking me about Ben Franklin and his pantaloons.
Yeah. Also, shout out Andy. She was great.
Yeah. Andy's who I emailed. We loved Andy so much.
Yeah. I feel like I need to DM them back. I didn't do that yet.
In this economy.
Okay. Are you familiar with Klarna?
Yes. I have something to say about Klarna.
So Klarna...
Who in the hell put the muffins in the freezer? Who came up with that name? Klarna? Klarna.
It doesn't sound good at all.
I want to throw up. When I saw that, I was like, that is not even real. No one would put those syllables or those letters together. Klarna. Yeah. What is that?
I don't know. It's terrible.
It makes me so angry. I can't even talk about it.
Let's say what it is, and then you don't have to say it anymore.
Okay, good.
It is a buy now, pay later thing. So, like, if you're buying a computer, there's an option there that says Klarna, and you can click it, and then basically it's like you get the item, but you can pay over, 12 months for this computer. Basically, you're just charging a credit card anyway, and what's happening... What this story is that no one is paying back.
The debt, I guess.
No one's paying back the debt. That's right.
The thing is, they're like, you could use this anywhere. And anytime I check out something online, there's credit card, there's PayPal, Afterpay, and Klarna.
Afterpay, I think, is the same thing.
Yeah. And so I wonder how they're doing financially. But the crazy thing is, and there's all these memes like, so you're telling me the target market of financially irresponsible users weren't able to pay their loans back in time? Like, what did they think was going to happen?
Right.
I don't know.
I also don't know. It says Klarna pulled in $701 million in revenue, up 15% in Q1, and hit 100 million users, but still managed to lose 99 million, double what they lost last year.
It's crazy, and I wonder if it's because, like, the difference between that and a credit card is, like, a credit card, they're checking your finances.
I mean, to get approved, but after that.
Right. Well, yeah, but you have to get approved for a credit card. With Klarna, I don't know if you do. I think you can just...
But the issue is that they're, like, places like DoorDash are allowing you to use Klarna. So, like, some of the memes I saw were, like, you're ordering a Chipotle bowl, and that $12, $13 bowl is now, like, $100 over the year because you're paying, like, interest and, like, all this garbage on it. And it's, like, it's sad. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's a little like, despotic.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're enticing that to happen. Like, they're making that happen. Whereas if that wasn't an option, the person probably just wouldn't get the Chipotle bowl.
Right. Exactly.
And that could all be prevented. You could not ruin people's debt. They just wouldn't get the thing.
There's this quote. I'm swiping through these things, and it says, if you owe the bank $100, that's your problem. If you owe the bank 100 million, that's the bank's problem.
Oh, that's real.
That's that's pretty real.
Yeah.
So shout out. That was the In This Economy segment.
Yeah. You know, we're doing this podcast, but we actually don't know anything.
I know nothing. I know sports.
Yeah. We are sports.
That was a long pause.
Because I think we could continue in this economy with RIP the U.S. penny.
Yeah, what's going on there?
1793 to 2026. I'm not sorry, but I will say for the past 10 years I've wanted to just put pennies in the trash instead of like taking up space.
What is the point?
Right. What is the point of a penny? Is anyone paying with exact change? Are you paying with money, period? I don't think so.
If I have any cash, it's like I just end up with a pocket full of change anyway.
And it just goes in the next tip jar that you come across.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Although, what does the business do with the pennies?
I don't know, shreds them. The U.S. Mint has placed its final order of penny blanks and will stop producing the coin when those run out by early next year, marking the beginning of the end for one of the oldest continual printed money pieces in America.
In God we trust.
It's probably because I think they said something like it costs more to produce than what it's worth.
Yeah. In this economy, everything's costing more than it should. And now look at the victim is the penny. It did not ask for this.
The top comment is assassinating Lincoln again is crazy.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Yeah, what if something costs $2.33?
Also, like, will the value of the penny go up because there's less of them being made?
It's going to be worth more than the nickel.
Yeah.
Keep all your pennies now.
Hold those pennies.
Yeah. Dig them out of the trash. I know you guys put them in there.
Yeah, just a thought. I'm going to hold on to mine. No one's taking my pennies.
Nope.
They're going to be worth 5 cents. I'm going to 5x my money.
Aldi's getting a little crazy. Did you see what's going on with them?
I did.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't talked about like a fun little lawsuit in a long time.
We love our lawsuits here on Non-Members Only. Yes, we are sports, but we are also lawsuits, and we have a new one to tell you about. This one involves Aldi. Now, in this economy, who does not love Aldi?
I love Aldi.
If you're going to a regular grocery store, can I have some money, please? Now, here's the thing. So this says snack food maker sues Aldi, alleging it copies packaging to confuse customers. Now, immediately in my mind, I was like, don't come for Aldi. They do nothing wrong. I guarantee I'm going to look at these and it's going to be nothing alike.
Yeah.
It is so alike. Let me just say, Wheat Thins is almost the exact same artwork. It is the exact same colors. And then Aldi calls them thin wheat. Wheat thins, thin wheat.
It's the same. Everything is the same.
I would think I wouldn't know the difference between those. What's the real one and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Aldi. I love you, but you can't get away with
the
everything.
The thing is, I'm picking up a box of thin wheat. It's probably half the price of the wheat thins.
And it probably doesn't have the chemicals. So, I'm going to go for thin wheat.
The maker of the stuff on the left is Nabisco. So
big business, probably owned by Monsanto.
So the Chips Ahoy also looks very similar, and they just call it chocolate chip, which is, they can't be mad at that.
Right.
But, like, change the color of the
color.
container.
The colors are exactly the same on all of these.
Yeah, it's like they used the eyedropper in Photoshop.
Yes. The only one that looks a little different, maybe, is the Nutter Butter, only because they didn't outline peanut butter cream with the blue, like Nutter Butter.
Yeah.
Oh, Aldi.
Shout out, though. That's brave of them. The thing is, I see stuff like this all the time. Even, like, Kirkland, to an extent, like at Costco, they do that. They just copy.
Yes, yeah.
Walmart does it.
I guess Mondelez International it must own Nabisco because that's the company that's suing the Aldi supermarket chain.
Okay.
In this lawsuit, Mondelez displayed side-by-side photos of the competing products, including Oreo cookies, Wheat Thins, Nutter Butter cookies, and Chips Ahoy cookies versus Aldi's versions. Aldi hasn't commented on the lawsuit. You know what? Slay Queen. Aldi doesn't need to. They don't need to comment.
Don't. There's nothing to see here.
You guys have a problem with it? That's your problem.
Right.
It's not Aldi.
Not
Aldi
Aldi's
is an
problem.
unbothered queen, okay?
Yeah. We'll make our own Prime, call it Crime. Same font.
Yeah. Come at us.
Same formula.
I just want to say something exciting about a very specific athlete that we haven't talked about for a long time.
Who's that?
Aaliyah Hobbs.
Shout out.
So Aaliyah today, this is last week for you guys, ran her first 100 meter in 338 days and almost matched her fastest season opener. So 10:90 and 10:89. That's how close she was to her fastest season opener.
Why did she not run for that many?
I think there was like she had to be careful with some kind of injury or like the threat of an injury or something, because last season was a little like off and on with her in terms of like starting or not starting. So I'm really excited to see what's in store for Aaliyah.
I'm excited too. I love Aaliyah.
We are.
She was
Aaliyah
like the first person
stans.
you filmed with, I feel like.
Yes. She's the first athlete that giggled at my jokes.
Embraced the
She
chaos.
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to No Bad.
Yeah.
No bad, no sad.
I want to talk about the cookout one, I think.
Okay, I usually don't watch the No Bads before we talk about them on the podcast, but I did click on this one.
Okay.
I could talk about this all day long.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so this Amazon driver, he's wearing a camera, like a point of view kind of thing. So
Yeah, so like those glasses, maybe like the Meta glasses.
Yeah, so you're seeing what he's seeing.
Yeah.
And the video starts with this guy. He's bald white guy with American flag t-shirt, comes up to this guy to get the package, and he goes, "Are you hungry?" And the guy was like, "Oh, yeah." And the guy goes, "Do you want some like grilled chicken? You want corn on the cob? Like, come on." And so you see this guy, it's kind of a long walk to where their
the
back
backyard.
porch is.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful deck and everything. This guy's very proud. They have the thing is, this is Memorial Day. So the guy is like, "You're working on Memorial Day. You have to come eat." And it just escalates from there because there's someone on the sidewalk that just got there and they're like, "Oh, you coming to eat?" Like, this is so normal. My dad brings people in.
Yeah.
And then he walks up and goes, "Hey, everyone, there's all these people sitting on the deck eating. and they're like, "Hey, how are you?" Like they
like
know.
no one's like weirded out that this guy just walked in.
No, and she goes, do you ever try the Mamba sauce? We got the Mamba sauce from Costco. Like that's what this woman's saying to him.
Yeah.
And he's just not loading his plate. He's being very polite. And then he puts like one piece of meat on the plate, and they go, only one? And they're like trying to give him more, showing what he could put the corn in.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he takes another piece of meat because they're basically forcing him to.
Right.
And then there's this random guy that's like, "Hey, what's your name?" My name's so and so. Like
right.
This is, to me, this guy is Dan. Like Dan would do this. If someone is showing up in the middle of like a dinner or whatever, that person you're coming to eat with us. Yeah. We aren't as put together as this family. There's Bucky
but
is
still,
probably
the sentiment is there.
Yes, the sentiment is there, and this is what I feel like we really need to focus on in these like crazy divisive times. When you see a video like this, just like soak it all in, because there are so many people like this, and it warmed my heart. And this woman just keeps talking to him like, "Oh, do you usually deliver here? I think I usually see the woman that comes." And he's like, "No, this is my first time." So he confirmed this is his first time delivering to this address. And she's like, "Oh, we hope to see you more." It's like the cutest thing.
There's a reason this thing has 117,000 shares.
Yes, it has 3.6 million likes. So how many views is that?
I don't know.
Because we have to go. It's 19.4 million. Okay, so we got to wrap up the
19.4 million. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But shout out this guy. I feel like this is America to me,
Yeah. So Mike will put it in the visual preview for this episode so you guys can see it.
Someone said visual precap.
That's
so good. It's good.
Yeah. Okay, it's a visual precap.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We love reading your Spotify comments. Don't forget you can also reply to each other on there. And we love reading your comments on our Instagram post at non-members only. Michael Motorcycle posts a visual precap every Sunday evening before the episode on Monday. Also, please follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever else you listen. It does help us a lot. Also, we are on YouTube. We are posting on YouTube. So if you're already on YouTube and you don't feel like going to another platform, you could just listen or watch on there too.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.